if Brian and Claire is having an affair,
Right.
I know, Jessamine, you don't think they are, but for the sake of argument, if they're having an affair, is Brian cheating with Claire because he thinks that Claire perhaps exhibits more black sort of qualities than perhaps his wife? Because Claire does clearly in the beginning of the book talk about how whites yearn for this sense of security, and how passing for white, you're just so much more secure
and that's all
than you
Irene
ever
aims
could be.
for.
And that's all Irene aims for.
Mm.
Now, you could say, yeah, well, Irene just wants what any person wants, which is security. But I would say, it doesn't seem to really be the case. There's some, like, Irene genuinely seems like she wants security. And she goes on and on and on about how she wants a plan, that she wishes Brian could get used to what he thinks is just a monotonous and boring life, but what she believes to be, purposeful or whatever, or something like that. So, but yet Claire, who may sort of like formally say, yeah, I want security, I am secure when I'm with white people, she clearly is like kind of, outrageous. I mean, she clearly does not sort of seek security in a genuine way. She puts herself in these positions where she's out there, where she's turn off your phone. But she puts herself into these positions where she's constantly risking her own identity. She's risky. I mean, she's clearly already in a risky scenario when she's like,
But I feel
with
like
her husband.
Brian actually, and it's not a fact of. I don't see it as security. I think Brian's interested in her because he wants that adventure, because he wants a different lifestyle. Because maybe he's been with Irene so long, she's so controlling. She wants to have her kids raised a certain way. She wants him to act a certain way, and he doesn't want to be a part of that plan. It seems like sometimes, or he does. He probably loves Irene, but the fact that they are in two separate beds, it's like maybe he's been stuck in this kind of rut too much. He's not happy with work, and that's why Irene or Claire is this intriguing new person, white or black, that can.
Right, and
he too realizes that Claire is not the person that she portrays herself to be. She does pass herself. She does deviate from her cast.
Well, maybe she's. I mean, that's fun. Yeah, so she turns her back on her race, and then she turns her back on the race for which she turned her back on. Back to her original race.
Yeah, and
you see, like, so that's what I'm sort of getting at.
Claire here is trying to have the experience that the lost childhood that she never had. She's trying to have the black experience, but the whole nice black experience. But no, that's what the moral dilemma is here.
Right. So I guess what I'm saying is Irene more of a white character than a black one at times, and maybe is Brian's supposed reason for cheating on Irene as a white woman with a black woman like Claire, who does sort of seem to share his yearning, his desire for black culture, and for this sort of sense of excitement and escape from whatever monotony or just security and all that sort of stuff. He seems just to want to throw it away, and he clearly just has these really pent up sort of feelings for adventure, just like Claire. So is Brian just sort of, if he would be cheating on Claire, would it might not be kind of understandable? Would it be him cheating with someone else who he has more in common with, and who he sees more of himself in than Irene?
Yeah.
So
I only agree with half that, because I feel that I could see the point where Irene can be viewed as white because she wants security, because she kind of seems to be in this like upper part of society where she is very secure. She gets what she wants. She is able to be a prominent woman and bring two communities together. But at the same point, I don't see Claire as being a black woman as much as Brian is strongly for black society and being black. I feel like Claire has the interest of being adventurous, and I think it's kind of like a mosquito to a light. It's dangerous, but the mosquito's still going for the light. You want something different. I don't feel like it has the aspects.
Right. So here's the thing. And pardon me, Jessamine, but I feel like the affair would really make a lot of sense to me. I feel like it's really make sure it didn't turn off. Nope, we're still going. Okay. What's it? I just want to be sure that. Sorry, we already had a technical
Technical
difficulty
difficulties.
before, so we just want to make sure.
Yeah.
But
it's a huge.
yeah,
difficulty.
but is Claire? I mean, or excuse me, I lost my train of thought. But I feel like it would make a lot of sense for Brian to cheat on Irene with Claire because yeah, even though Brian sort of says like, well, I like my women A1 Sheba and stuff like that. I mean, she does. He does. He says that in the book. But like but is that not just a husband sort of like placating his wife? Because his wife is asking him a very difficult sort of question for a man, which is like, don't you think that she's absolutely gorgeous?
Yeah.
And so what's a man supposed to do? He's supposed to go,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
she is
a difficult
beautiful.
situation.
So I'm not pretty? I'm not pretty?
Yeah,
No,
no,
she's
it's
going
not
like,
smart.
oh, well, like, she'd be very pretty for a white woman, but I like my women black, okay? Like you, honey. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So is he not really placating her? I mean, that's not totally clear, but I guess what I'm saying is that, first of all, Claire, you can sort of say that Irene is, this is all just a figment of her imagination, that she's just, sort of exaggerating.
And it
These,
probably
like,
is. They have
these
kids
are
in a
little
very
things.
while.
I mean, maybe, but it's like, I look at the fact that Irene noticed Claire before she even knew she was Claire.
Mhm.
She noticed right off the bat that, she gave like an inappropriate sort of glance.
Right, with the waiter.
Suggesting a very sort of
Absolutely.
inappropriate relationship with the waiter. He already saw her, she saw her as being a very, very sexual sort of character right from the onset, before she even knew it was Claire and had mixed up all these other histories and all
I
these other
agree.
stuff with it. So she already knew that she was a sexy and a tantalizing and a seductive sort of woman, a femme fatale. From the beginning, she already realized this.
So that's
And then she
just
puts-
everyone's view of Claire. I don't see
Right, but she
Brian
puts a-
being any different.
Okay, but here's the thing. She puts him into this. She organizes these sort of scenarios where Claire and her and Brian are all sort of like hanging out together,
Okay.
and so she's clearly gorgeous, clearly like seductive and everything like that. And then sometimes Irene stays home and they go out together. So that happens all the time in the book. That they just go out. She wasn't feeling like going out, so Brian
Which
just
is
took
fair. I mean,
So
that
Brian-
was...
Okay, so Brian just took her. And now Brian, though, and Irene clearly are having difficulties in their marriage. So Brian and Irene, they're feeling a little bit estranged from each other. Brian's extremely frustrated by the fact that his wife is sort of constraining him, is really like, kind of strangling him, he feels, in some respects, because he wants to get out of there. He wants some adventure, but his wife won't give it to him. And his wife